What is up, gamers and goonettes? We are back today for another news video. This one is on the PlayStation one I wanted to cover before I got into the Overwatch news, which I found very fascinating when that came out. This is on the PlayStation outlet, which a few developing things have happened if you haven't been keeping up with it. Obviously, if you're on PlayStation, you know the outlet happened. Not outlet, outage. Real professional. We have a few more developments on the outage and a few things I want to discuss, which some of the stuff I brought up on stream, and I actually did call this. It's not confirmed or anything, but well, let's just hop right into it. So as we all know, the outage happened Friday at 6 p.m. That's where a big wave of outages happened. You can see this. Look at that red. That is an insane red outage right there. That reminds me of like the Lizard Squad attacks back in the day when I was like, pre-PC. I was like the console war guy. I was on the Xbox side. I loved, sorry guys, I'm sorry if you're a kid and you had the Lizard attacks. But I would love getting into fights with kids at school. It'd be like, we're the Xbox guys, there's less of us, but there's a bunch of PlayStation guys. And we're just like, Lizard Squad got you again, because it happened all the time. It was hilarious. But I'm out of the turf war. I got family to take care of. We're safe. I got little Junior to look after. I don't want to be, messing with hands with the PlayStation folks. I'm not even an Xbox soldier anymore. So as we all know, it went down, and it went down for about 24 hours. Some places say they were down for 26, 27. I think it depends, because they didn't, like, regional-wise, they were coming back online. So they didn't come back all up at once. So I think that's why some people are reporting longer hours. But basically, it was down, and Sony was quiet about it, which was the weirdest thing. Like, it's like their house is burning down, and it's like everything's fine. So there's a lot of people, even more Rebels developers, were talking to PlayStation about it. A lot of players weren't happy because this was happening the same time as the Monster Hunter beta came out. Of course, it happened on a Friday. This ruined a lot of people's weekends. And Sony does try to cover this, and repay some of the fans, but there's some debate if it's like if they did enough, So at some point it started to come back for some people, but not everyone. Like, it was still largely out. Then around the 24-hour mark, it basically came back. They did some funny things during the outage where Krispy Kreme was offering gamers free donuts, which is just hilarious. That's actually really awesome. And that's actually just good publicity for Krispy Kreme, which I've never been to. Then eventually they came back up. And they were still at this point, no word while it was down. And then Sony eventually tweeted and basically said to people, it was an operational issue. Like, internal. So what does that mean? That actually can mean hacking still, which is what I guessed it was on stream right when I got told they went down when I was live. So once it got solved, PlayStation has offered 5 extra days of PS Plus, which is good because that is more than what it was down for. But because it was a weekend, people actually did say they should have gave 7 till it went to the next weekend, which I do see the rationale, right? So, but 5 is way more than what was down for. And I did bring up this. The Monster Hunter beta would probably extend their days as well because they were basically on PlayStation only. I was told that's not going to happen. No, I don't see it happening. They did. So Monster Hunter beta has also extended the day. So if you're worried about the beta, you can continue to play for a few more days here. The new beta period runs from February 13th, 7 p.m. PT, February 17th, 6:59 p.m. PT. So that's a bit longer for you guys to play the beta because that is fair because basically the whole beta was down. They couldn't really do anything, right? And it's not their fault either. This is very interesting because Xbox over the holidays, they said it somewhere here. The Xbox over the holidays actually was attacked cyberly, but they actually defended it. This kind of show that this was probably an outside source coming in to attack PlayStation, but Sony doesn't want to admit it. Tom Warren on Twitter did talk about this. Without Sony commenting, nobody knows why PSN has been down for 19 hours and counting. It basically went 24 to 27, depending where you are. Microsoft did block a staggering DDoS attack on Azure Xbox infrastructure over the Christmas holidays. This plus Sony is dealing with something similar. So say what you will about Xbox and PlayStation, console or whatever, Xbox has always been better at defending their networks and their players because they have got hacked significantantly less. I don't think it's because they're targeted less, because they're just as big, if not bigger, especially in North America. Not in terms of sales, but I assume Microsoft as a company, not Xbox. They've defended themselves a lot better than Sony has. So because they were attacked just a month and a half earlier, it seems very likely this was an attack because just saying in their operational issue was kind of crazy. For that to never happen before, and we're basically getting like, shh, be quiet about it, don't talk about it. It seems like it was a hacking issue. I'm sure we'll find out in coming months when people actually leak what happened at work at Sony. But until then, that's all I got for you guys. If you're on PlayStation, you get 5 extra days of PS Plus and the Monster Hunter beta if you're into it, which I've heard you should go into it, and your days are extended, so go enjoy and have fun. That's all I want to get to you guys. But that's everyone. Take care. I'll see you guys on stream. Adios.